Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara, all of you who are online, all of you who are here in the sanctuary. A warm Unity welcome to each one of you. My name is Russ Chaffin, and I'm going to be your platform host this morning. Hello. Reverend Heidi is away on a silent retreat, and she'll be back next week. And today we have Reverend Cathy Norman. And not only that, we have the Unity Singers. We are celebrating now. So we like to affirm our vision statement. Let's do that together. Together, centered in divine love, we celebrate a kind and awakened world filled with peace, abundance, and joy. And joy. We have a very joyful person back there. Thank you, Mel. Okay, so let's rise and sing Love Is My Decision. Love is my decision. So our candle is lit this morning. Hopefully everyone can see that. To remind us of the light in the world and remind us that we are the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Let's say that together. I am the light of the world. And I'm going to sound a tone. We had one tone there, and I'm going to sound another tone now to set up a vibration of oneness for all of us who are in this space, whether we are here in person or online. A vibration of oneness. So the daily word today, in case some of you may be wondering, daily word has been around for, something like 100 years or more or less. And it is one of the foundations of unity. We actually have the November-December copies available for you in the bookstore. There's large print and small print. So if you want your own copy, check it out in the bookstore. It's for sale. And also, if you want, you can go online and order that. Or get a copy that will be sent directly to your cell phone. And they're out on the table there, too. Thank you. So today's word is divine order. And the affirmation is, I live in harmony with divine order. Let's say that together. I live in harmony with divine order. Life is in constant motion, even if that motion is imperceptible to me. When I feel stuck in place or impatient with my progress, I consider the gradual yet orderly pattern of the seasons as they change. The single golden leaf I notice one day will become part of a blaze of color just a few weeks later. The brisk chill in the morning air will soon lead to biting cold and snow, perhaps. The first tender seedlings of spring will bring bright blooms and a verdant canopy, followed by the long, sultry days of summer. Little by little, one season turns into the next. My growth and understanding may happen in much the same way. Even if I don't notice changes day to day, my life is always in motion and in order. And from Scripture, you see that faith was active along with his works, and faith was brought to completion by the works. From James 2:22. I live in harmony with divine order. When I first came to Unity about 23, almost 24 years now ago, the initial months I was struck by three main phrases that are kind of foundational for Unity. The first one was that I am a child of God. And the second one is God does not make mistakes. Those two really shook my world because at the time I didn't really believe that. And so that was something that I had to grow into and accept as a truth. And the third one was all is in divine order. All is in divine order, and it took me a long time, still struggling sometimes with this idea of all being in divine order. Because when I experience the world with my physical eyes and my physical ears, the world looks an awful lot of the time like chaos and conflict and despair. And yet, the truth is that is really all an illusion, right? Course in Miracles says that we are asleep dreaming that we are awake. We're dreaming that this illusion is all truth. And so it's when I actually look at the world through my spiritual eyes, listen to the world through my spiritual ears, and allow my mind to go to a higher level of consciousness, that's when divine order appears. And so, as we kick off this month of gratitude, I am so grateful that Unity of Santa Barbara was here for me when I arrived 23 and a half years ago. And I'm so grateful that Unity of Santa Barbara is still here, that we are still here, despite everything that has happened, despite all appearances to the contrary of what has happened. We are still here for you and for all of the people who are coming through those doors and all of those people who are tuning in online. So I am very, very grateful. I need to be reminded week after week, year after year, I need to be reminded of these truths, which are that we, all of us, are children of God. And God does not make mistakes. And that all is in divine order. And so it is. And now, Unity Singers.
Everything all around us.
One moment. So I am so happy to introduce to you once again Reverend Cathy Norman. For those of you who don't know her, she was one of the team of transitional ministers that helped us go through our transitional period between ministers last year, and did a wonderful job, and we were so grateful. Yes. And here she is today to, after a year, the required year, here she is to give us some words of wisdom. Reverend Cathy Norman.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Good morning, sweet friends. Oh my goodness. It is a pure joy for me to be here in this sanctuary with you and with those of you online. I just want you to know you are appreciated and loved by me, and thank you for being present with me today. It feels really good, and the choir, oh, even though we cannot see your faces, we felt your soul, so thank you. That really means a lot. So that being said, today we're kicking off the first in Reverend Heidi's 4-part series called Life is a Series of Fortunate Events. And it's based on the book called A Simple Act of Gratitude by John Kralik, which I'll get to in a moment. However, let's start off with something I want to offer you. If you are one of the millions of people who have seen the 1999 movie The Matrix, anyone? Good. I'm in the right crowd. Or even if you haven't, I want to share a little bit with you. In the movie, it starts out where Neo, he's the chosen one. By the way, we all are. And he's asleep in front of his computer. And on the screen it says, "Wake up, Neo, wake up." Meaning that he needed to wake up to what is really going on. Then in another scene, Neo finds himself in front of Morpheus, and Morpheus, he's a mentor. He's kind of like John the Baptist type of character. And Morpheus offers him a choice. In one hand, he has a blue pill. In the other hand, he has a red pill. I almost drew them on here, just for dramatic, but I thought, yeah, I'll sweat and, it'll get all crazy. Anyway, blue pill, red pill. And he says, you take the blue pill, and the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, and you stay in Wonderland. And I will show you how deep the rabbit hole will go. Someone who takes the blue pill gets to continue living in ignorance, none the wiser. They just go along oblivious to a higher knowledge. They think that they are physical beings occasionally having a spiritual experience. They view the world purely from a physical state. They are in a phase of identification with labels. The blue pill offers a lot of labels. They define themselves according to their job, their possessions, their relationships, as deemed by society. It is the third dimensional world. Someone who takes the red pill, however, their eyes will be open to the truth. They would realize that they are the chosen ones. The Christ resides within them. They are, as dear Russ said today, children of God, in whom God is well pleased. They are a spiritual being having a physical experience, and it is not possible for them to entertain fear for very long periods of time. It's not possible. It is a place of pure trust that God's got this. And you will realize that you are no longer the doer in your life, but rather you're the channel for something greater to happen. That is the fifth dimensional world. It is the red pill. What would you have chosen? To live in eternal ignorance, which is not that bad, or in a constant awareness of something bigger and better? And there is possibly in that state no judgment. If you take the blue pill or the red pill, there's no judgment as to what you choose. By the way, some of you might be wondering, well, what about the fourth dimension? You've just skipped from the third to the fifth. It is said that the fourth dimension is that dimension of transitioning where you have experiences in both worlds. You have days of awakening, and then you have days of forgetting and being asleep. However, today, I'm offering you the red pill. The red pill of the fifth dimension. You ready? Yeah. All right, let's dive deep, my friends. And this is why I'm most grateful that Reverend Heidi is recommending a tool that we will be doing for the whole month of November from the book, A Simple Act of Gratitude. Now, the premise of this book is that the author's life at one point was just not an enjoyable experience for him. He was the victim to his circumstances. He was living a third dimensional world. Then he received a thank you note that made a huge impact and woke him up into a higher dimension. So bottom line, he decided to send a thank you note every day of the year. And from this simple act, miracles began showing up for him. And he began to wake up to the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is the place where miracles happen. Now, because I wanted to prepare for today, I personally have taken on this practice of writing gratitude notes every day for the last 2 weeks now. And I can attest, this simple act can wake you up to some most fortunate events. Now, in Unity, we are very big on practicing principles, right? And Morpheus, in the movie The Matrix, he says this: there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. There is a difference between knowing these principles and practicing these principles. Doing them means that you have to invest some time, right? You have to invest your awareness. You have to invest being committed on a daily basis. Bottom line, you have to invest to be blessed. So say after me, I invest to be blessed. Together, I invest to be blessed. You must invest to be blessed. Invest the time every day. Write a gratitude note every day for this month of November. Therefore, I want to talk to you about the third dimension versus the fifth dimension and how gratitude can help you get there. The other day, I was telling a friend of mine about the value of writing a gratitude note every single day. And she said, there's so much going on in the world and in my own personal life. I find it hard to be grateful. And I get it. I'm sure many of you have had some familiar feelings. So let's address what's going on, shall we? If you were to take a look around the planet, it looks like everything is in breakdown. People are afraid of each other. Basically, right now, it is an insane asylum. And it can look like all hell is breaking loose. It can feel like everything is in disarray, that people are disappointed, they're upset. However, it may help to think of the idea of gardening. How many gardeners do we have? And oh my goodness, wow, you guys are fantastic. I'm not a gardener, but I've been watching the gardeners. And I noticed the bougainvillea grows more beautiful and hardier when you let it dry out a bit, when you trim it a little bit. Many varieties of wine grapes get bigger and sweeter when you let the plant suffer. Many plants grow better with a little deprivation because it encourages the roots to grow deeper in search of nutrients. And for us human beings here on planet Earth, challenges force us to deepen our roots and to draw deeper from our source, from our God within. It challenges us to wake up. And this is what we are being called. Each one of us are being called on planet Earth right now, waking up and drawing deeper from the well within. My grandmother, she lived until she was 101 years old, and she lived in her own home until her late 80s, and then we had to put her in another little place. And one time I was visiting with her, I came to her with a problem. I was feeling sad, I was feeling concerned, I was feeling anxious and fearful, you know, all those low vibratory frequency emotions that we can entertain from time to time. And she said the wisest words ever. If you have children, if you have grandchildren, I want you to listen up. She said, please, Cathy, listen to me. I am standing in your future, and I can tell you with perfect assurance that everything that you are worried about right now will become as nothing to you. Everything is going to turn out all right. You have got to believe me. That's fifth dimensional living right there. Her number one spiritual practice, gratitude. She was big on sending notes of gratitude and having a gratitude journal, looking around at all the good that was in her life. And she lived a long time. And she lived long enough, really, because some of you might be thinking, okay, well, maybe she just had a perfect life. She didn't. She lived long enough to see it all. She was born during World War I, lived through the Great Depression, World War II, the Korean War, the craziness of the 60s with the assassinations, the Vietnam War, Watergate, 9/11, and I can go on and on. She knew that no matter what was going on out there, life was stacked in her favor. She had great certainty when she said, I am standing in your future and everything's going to be all right. As we are all in the middle of some of this craziness, it may seem impossible to solve or to have any kind of gratitude whatsoever. Yet your higher mind sees far greater. There's a far greater terrain. And it recognizes that all of our problems will, at some point, be solved. The God presence that is present right here, right now, within you, all around you, is also standing in our future, saying, everything's going to be all right. Just stop being so fearful. Yes, there is an almighty intelligence that looks after everything. And we are being asked to wake up to it. And the greatest way to wake up is gratitude. When you are in a constant state of gratitude, you are vibrating at a resonance that you want and that is higher. You want more of that in your life, and you start attracting more of that. And to put it another way, when you are truly grateful, meaning that you just bathe in the feelings of truly being blessed by people, circumstances, places, you will attract more things to come to you that make you feel even more grateful. That one practice shifts you into the fifth dimension of being God-centered, being Christ-centered. Therefore, when Jesus said, I have said these things to you that in me you may have peace. In me, meaning, your true nature. In me, meaning your Christ self, your Buddha self. And then he went on, in the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, for I have overcome the world. There is a higher vibration, a lot higher than what is going on in the world, my friends, and it resides within you. In the world, you will have tribulation. That's a given. We see this, right? But take heart, that Christ self, that Buddha self, far exceeds what's going on out there. These words of comfort should cause us all to sit up and take notice. They call out for us to wake up to every shrinking, shirking, shaking, sniveling one of those who lets fear or lets anger overwhelm them. So when we are told, in the world you will have tribulation, Jesus is talking about the third dimensional world. It's always there. It will always be there. And what it looks like is maybe being ungrateful, not looking for the good, taking people, places, things for granted, being fearful of other people, or being angry of the choices that others are making. That's tribulation. My friends, whatever you fear, whatever angers you, controls you. Take that one in. If you are judgmental, angry, if you're fearful, that's controlling you. Charles Fillmore called this 3D world sense bondage, but that kind of sounds not really very good, or race consciousness, and well, that's probably not something we can use nowadays. So sense bondage or race consciousness in today's terms would be a group global consciousness that thrives on fear, anger, concern, anxiety, and anything that feels like a contraction. You know those pesky contracting feelings? You know those, right? Therefore, the third dimension is external. It's external. So let's take a look at some of the third dimensional external things that will keep you just plugged in to a world of tribulation. Now, this is just my opinion, but I believe that media is number one, and it loves the drama. Yeah. It loves the drama of the external. And as many of you know who have heard me in different sermons here and there, my husband and I got rid of cable television in 2016, and there is great peace in our home, I gotta tell you. Just for curiosity's sake, are there some of you who have stopped watching television news? Oh, very good. Wow, good Unity students we have in here. I was told the other day that watching television news is tell lies vision. They are telling lies visually. They love fearful stories, and it keeps them in business. It's just like some of the religions who use guilt for people to come back and keep people hooked in. I've told many colleagues, we got to start using more guilt. Come on now. But the news tries to keep people hooked in. News is a very contracted view of reality. They want you to stay tuned into a sick society. The great teacher, Krishnamurti, many of you are familiar with Krishnamurti, a fantastic, wise teacher. He once said, "It is no measure of health to be well-adjusted to a profoundly sick society." Let me say that one again. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. We live in a magical fifth dimensional world, but media loves to make this world into the third dimensional victim consciousness experience. So instead of tell lies vision, which is the blue pill, take the red pill and turn on your thanks vision. I just love making up words. I'm just making things up here. And as I have practiced this great tool of writing notes of gratitude each day, my thanks vision has gotten broader. Thanks vision, which also means to look around and be thankful for your servants, those who serve you. And don't object by saying, oh, only the very rich can afford servants. The average home has a score of servants who work to make your life more comfortable and to do the unpleasant tasks, such as a stove for cooking, a refrigerator, a washing machine, a toaster, your computer, car, radio, television, cell phones, electricity, and don't forget that simple doorbell. Consider thanking these obedient servants who serve you every day and night, usually without a single word of gratitude. Thanks vision. If you use your computer, touch it. Just say thank you for your service. Extend that gratitude, that thanks vision out to the barista at Starbucks or the cashier at Whole Foods or wherever you go. Extend your gratitude. A little gratitude will offset an entire day's worth of fear. In Romans 12:2, it reads, do not conform. This is so important. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The pattern of this world is judgmental. It has labels for everything, and it is accusatory. And no good will come to anyone if they vibrate at that same frequency. So here's another nugget of wisdom from our dear wayshower Jesus when he said, I am in the world, but I'm not of it. I am in the world, but I'm not of it. You can be on planet Earth, but you don't have to participate in the craziness. So why am I bringing this up? As we continue the year of 2021, and it's almost coming to a close, all kinds of strange things seem to be going on around us that may cause us to live in fear-based thoughts and or reactions. The drama out there will have you think that there is zero possibilities on planet Earth. And believe me, planet Earth, as I've said before, it is the master class. Would you agree? It is the master class. And you know what I know about you wonderful truth students? You're going to pass it with flying colors. I know this, yes. Many times I'm approached with, Reverend Cathy, you grew up in Unity Principles. It's easy for you. And just in case you might think I'm perfect, well, my friends, I have had my share of challenges where I have been hypnotized with the ain't it awful frequency. And yes, I thank God for these Unity Principles, or I would consistently be feeding into the third dimension, the world of tribulation. So how does a conscious, awake Unity student who has taken the red pill, like ourselves, like each one of us here, deal with the weird events on planet Earth? Well, though all of this outer third dimensional stuff, while it's going on around you, in the world you will have tribulation, you live from your center. You remain in the eye of the storm. You remain in that Christ Buddha self. And truly, truly, the greatest tool that I know to get there, and I know this with all my heart, is gratitude. Gratitude, it's the vibration of great love. In quantum physics, they say that gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can tap into. My friends, gratitude is the greatest discovery any human being can ever make. It is the highest form of prayer, for it acknowledges the presence of good. The day that I realized how powerful gratitude is was when I saw the difference in Kirlian photography of a meal before the prayer of gratitude and a meal after a prayer of gratitude. It was dull looking in the photography. After Kirlian photography, it was vibrant with colors. It was just vibrating. If gratitude can do that to food, think of what it can do for you. The great power of gratitude derives from the most elementary of metaphysics. Number one, you will receive more of whatever you concentrate on. The fifth dimension, give thanks and you will resonate at a higher vibration and attract the miraculous. The third dimension, curse what you see and you will live in a world of like resonance and you will have more to curse about. As I said, I've been writing these thank you notes every morning for the last couple of weeks. And after my morning meditation, I ask higher mind to bring to mind the person I need to send a gratitude note to. And then when I receive my person for that day, I let them know how they have impacted my life and that I'm most grateful for their presence in my life. For me, I have had magic, truly magic, just explode in my life just from doing this one practice. Now, oddly enough, one morning my higher mind guided me to send my grandmother a letter of gratitude. Since she was one that really influenced my life most profoundly. She was, well, I'm fourth generation Unity, but she was the one that really got me and the rest of my family into Unity. And so I wanted to let her know, gosh, I am so grateful for you. The problem was she's no longer on planet Earth. She passed away. Now, I'm going to say something where some of you might be thinking, oh, Cathy, you have really gone down the rabbit hole, like deep down into the rabbit hole. So here it goes, true confession. Since all time exists at the same time, then could there be a possibility, a portal for me to send a note of gratitude? This is the note I wanted her to receive. So I dated it, November the 4th, 1974, and I sent it to the address that she lived in at that particular time. But I didn't put a return address because I didn't live in Ojai at the time. Hello, we have to kind of play the game of all time at the same time. Some of you might be thinking, oh, Cathy, you've taken way too many red pills. The point is, have fun with this. Have fun with this. Put on your thanks vision and see where in your life you have been truly blessed with people along your journey. I promise if you do this one practice, you will feel a huge difference in how you feel. The evidence of gratitude's power is that first and foremost, it makes you happy. The second evidence of gratitude's power is that you just attract wonderful things that make you even happier. And here's the deal, my friends. One thought of gratitude, we've got to really know this. One thought of gratitude is 10,000 times more powerful than any negative thought. So this practice will rewire the way that you view your world. And if negative news comes your way from the third dimension, fear just doesn't stand a chance. When you discover the far-reaching benefits of gratitude, that practice will become your greatest meditation of a lifetime. You will feel happier, magical happenings will be commonplace, and then every day of your life will be a heartfelt prayer of thanks to your Creator. That, my friends, is living in the fifth dimension. And so as we get prepared for our meditation, we're going to have a song by Anne, and we're going to take the red pill.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
And so, if you will, just tune in, tap in. Those of you that know my prayer style, I like to magnetize feelings, emotions, and so I'm going to ask each of you to just take a moment. Remember a time, and it might be right here, right now, when you felt so grateful. Maybe your child was born, or you got married, or you got that job, but you felt so grateful. Every part of your being was just this high vibrational frequency. Recall that time. Bring it forward. And let that feeling just permeate every cell, every atom of your being. Let that gratitude just wash over your mind, cleansing, purifying your mind of any thoughts that just don't need to be there. Gratitude is there. Let that feeling of gratitude just purify your heart. Any anxiety or anything that may feel contracted is now just simply dissolved by this gratitude. And allow this essence of gratitude to wash over your entire body, bringing every cell, every atom into that high, vibratory, healthy existence. And as you are just vibrating with this great gratitude, let's share that. Let's magnify that by just extending it out to each other. Take a moment to do this. as we have magnetized this great feeling of gratitude, I want you to think of your loved ones, family, those who have impacted your life in some way, friends. And let us as a group just together send that gratitude out to each of these individuals. We may not know who each other's perfect or those that have chosen their loved ones in their mind, we may not know who they are, but they are souls. We are family, and we send it to all those, whether we know them or not. Just take a moment, extend and magnify that feeling of great gratitude. And this feeling just keeps getting bigger. And so I ask each of you now just to send this gratitude throughout your month of November. And know that, oh yes, you are so blessed. And all is well. And so as we start to come back into the awareness of this place, our hearts are open with great gratitude, the greatest love that you can express, the greatest healer of all. And for this, dear God, as we know you stand in our future, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.
Oh my goodness. Talk about gratitude for you, Reverend Cathy. For me, this is exactly why I come back week after week, to be reminded of these truths and to have that depth enter into me and allow me to move forward in the fifth dimension. So thank you. So this is the time in our service when we celebrate our abundance and celebrate our gratitude, all of the ways that we have been blessed in our lives, all the ways that we have been blessed here at Unity of Santa Barbara. We want to bring those all into our consciousness of giving. Gratitude activates our sense of generosity and our sense of really having an intention of being generous in our giving. We have a new recurring giving program called Growing the Good, and we have an affirmation for that. I am gratefully growing the good in me and at Unity of Santa Barbara. Let's say that together. I am gratefully growing the good in me and at Unity of Santa Barbara. And we do have a video of Reverend Heidi, and I'd like to show that right now.
Hi, welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara. We're glad you're here. I'm Reverend Heidi Allfree. I'm really blessed to be the senior minister at Unity of Santa Barbara. And I love Unity of Santa Barbara, and I know everyone hearing this message does also. So let me tell you about our new program called Growing the Good. First of all, you can see the logo. It's hands and a heart. You know, our hands open to serve, use me. We're open to life. We want to enjoy and explore life. And then the heart, which is at the center of our bodies, the center of all things, that the love, the commitment of that love. And we're bringing this into a recurring giving program that supports Unity of Santa Barbara and all of the things that go on at Unity of Santa Barbara. Whether it's the Sunday service, the music that we all so enjoy, our soloists, our Unity singers, the two people that put this all together, our pianists, Woody DeMarco and Noreen Brokke. We also have incredible social events. We have our dance night, and we have so many creative experiences that go on here. We have this beautiful property. It's wonderful with the trees and the fountains, the flowers, the beautiful courtyard that's out in the front, our wonderful building. People walk into our building, they walk onto the property and say, oh my gosh, I can feel the love here. And that's because of all of you. That's how people feel the love. It takes a village. It takes all of us. And it takes our time, our talent, and our treasure. So the recurring giving program, Growing the Good, is to commit to monthly giving. It could be weekly giving, but monthly giving in the sense of it being electronic, whether it comes from your bank account, whether it is a credit card that's on file with us. But the idea is this card, and it says on it, I am growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. This is my spiritual investment. This is my spiritual commitment. And who are you really making that to? You. And part of growing the good is to keep that good not only growing, we have so much more to do. We have so much more. We have marketing and websites, and it goes on and on. If you're receiving this message online and you are one of our online congregants, you receive what we've been able to put together technologically. We had a member that bought new cameras. We have new microphones. We have wonderful people working in our AV booth. We have a booth. So we're asking for you to commit to your greatness, to commit to your abundance. You have now planted those seeds, and the water of the law of circulation, the sunshine, things are growing like they did the moment you walked into Unity. And I invite you to prayerfully reflect on how important Unity of Santa Barbara is to you, how much you want to play with this law of circulation, how free do you want to feel. And all of that goes into how we all sustain this place. It's really beautiful to be part of something that matters, because we want this place to be here for us, for the next generation, and on and on and on. I love the idea of, we really do want a world that works for all. And guess where it starts? With you. Let's grow the good. Let's do it now.
Okay. Thank you, Reverend Heidi. So almost all of you have likely received this in the mail, a packet. There is a trifold in here with information about the program. There's a self-addressed, yes, I guess a self-addressed envelope. And there is the commitment card. So if you haven't done this yet, please fill it out, put it in the envelope and mail it to us. You can bring it to us. If you have it today, you can put it in the basket. If you want to come out to the table and would like to sign up online, I'll have my laptop out there, and we can do it right there in real time. So we just want to gratefully grow the good in ourselves and here at Unity of Santa Barbara. The ushers are going to be coming through, and if you have your gifts today, You can put them in the basket. And for all of the gifts, wherever they come from, let's bless them with these words. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I share. And now the Unity Singers. That's a fun song. I love that you were all singing along with us. That was great. So we'd like to greet anyone who is here for the first time. Do we have anybody out there who is here for the first time? There's one person there. And any other hands? I see some people who are here not for the first time, but for a very long time. Welcome. Yay. Love to see your would love to see your smiling faces. For you being here for the first time, please come out to the table. We have a little gift for you, and we'd love to say hello. So thank you for being here this morning. On your chairs, you have an announcement about the picnic that we are going to have out on our wonderful new courtyard next Sunday. It's going to be a Unity Gratitude Luncheon. Today is the last day to sign up for what you are going to bring. Please, if you're planning on coming, please sign up. We need to know how many of what is going to be coming. So there's a sign-up sheet out there for you to sign up. That'll be next Sunday, November 14th at 12:30. Eat, drink, and be thankful. And save the date, Unity Singers Christmas Cantata is on December 17th at 7 p.m. We are working hard on learning all the new music. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be in person, no, I'm not even going to say that. It's going to be in person. Even though we have to wear these ridiculous masks to sing, we will be here, and we invite all of you to be here too, and it will also be live streamed online. We have already introduced our November series, A Simple Act of Gratitude. Reverend Heidi will be back next week, but you can start today with thinking about and maybe actually doing something, walking the talk, walking the principle with those gratitude notes. Big thanks to Barbara Berger for designing our flowers today. And a big happy birthday to Bob Burke. It's his 75th birthday today. His dedication, go ahead, let's go. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Bob, and his dedication is to all the good people at Unity of Santa Barbara. You rock. That's so, Bob. Okay, and if you do love having actual flowers up here on Sunday morning, we are actually going to start a flower fund, and you can donate into that flower box at any point in time. When we get enough money in there to be able to do flowers, then we will present them, and you can always dedicate flowers for a specific event or a specific celebration. Reminder that our prayer ministry is active right now, and if you do have a prayer request, you can do a number of things. We have a prayer box here, and there's another one out in the pass-through area there, which I never can remember what it's called. That beautiful area out there. There is a box, a prayer box. You can also call. The number is up on your screen, and you can email prayer@santabarbaraunity.org. Our prayer ministers will receive those prayers and pray over them, and they will also be sent on to Unity of Santa Barbara, and you can Unity Village. And you can also go online and do prayers there. And there is also, through Silent Unity, a prayer app you can download called You Pray, which is a great idea. And so that's the end of our announcements. I want to thank all of the volunteers today for all of their wonderful service. Our musicians, thank you so much for being here, and our AV team in the back. We are so grateful for you being here. So let's stand now and sing our peace song. light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And in divine order, thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful week.